Hi, I'm Rexy Pukanikin, and we're ballin' today, tomorrow, and most definitely yesterday. At what cost? Ladies and gentlemen, the scripts are in. The buildup is here. The buildup is here. The plot thickens. The plot thickens. And thus, another weekend of sports is over, and another one is upcoming. So, let's talk about this first script. Because it's summer, it's bing bang boom. We got to get straight into the thing that has all the action. We were just in Hungary yesterday. F1, 2 more rounds before their holiday, their summer vacation. And they started off with a doubleheader, first in Hungary. And just simply the most elegantly written script that just kicked in right at the right time. Like it was undeniable. This is the best script we've seen in years, in seasons, many seasons. The script for the Hungarian GP was just absolutely insane. Realistically, not even gonna over exaggerate anything, but the script has been completely flipped, and everything has pretty much changed for the rest of the season. Just casually. Right before summer vacation. Casually. Red Bull, the leading, defending with Verstappen. They were looking on pace to win a fourth one in a row. Why the hell not? Verstappen too, to win fourth in a row. Why the hell not? But this weekend, Max Verstappen finished in 5th position, with Perez finishing in the 7th position. All the while, McLaren took the 1-2 after taking the 1-2 on qualifying too. So just 1-2 throughout the weekend pretty much. And that was the form that the number one competition to Red Bull is looking like. So they take the McLaren takes the almost dominant, pretty much 1-2, right? Like, congratulations, right? Like, hey, fuck yeah on the achievement, right? They made it difficult for the guys for no particular reason. Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris. Pole position was given to Lando Norris. Lando Norris finished 2/100ths of a second ahead. But Piastri was leading the race after the first turn of the first lap. Then it was Oscar Piastri's race to lose. Then McLaren chose a strategy that helps Norris. but then they wanted to have Norris still give the position back to Piastri because it was originally planned for Piastri to still finish first. So both gentlemen were still like it was kind of awkward. Like, let's just be honest here. They like each other. It's one team. The team should have gone just an easy 1-2 throughout the weekend in a way. Just like, yeah, fuck it. We fucking finally did it. We got the 1-2. Let's celebrate. But now it's a little bit like, what? Like, we don't even... Like, online, yeah, it's, oh, we're happy, thankful, happy, thankful, thank you, thank us, thank everybody. But, like, what? What the fuck? Because I think McLaren are in a place now where both cars are pretty good and both drivers are pretty damn good. And now it's getting a little, like they can't contain him almost. And I almost feel like this 1-2 kind of just makes Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri be like, okay, let's just move past this one. Let's just move past it. That was weird one. That was just a little bit weird for both of our taste. You got your first win, but it was like a weird one because I know Oscar is that big of a savage where he wants to win one, like no bullshit, no excuses. He just wants to win one. And then Lando too. Lando is he did everything perfectly in a way. He didn't do anything wrong. Right, necessarily. Sure, he, got a little bit squished in the first turn of lap 1, but he got squeezed. And then he had to wait behind Max Verstappen. He didn't do anything wrong. So I think both gentlemen, they're just gonna want to just brush that one off. Like, in a way, good to know that we could do 1-2, but like, let's do a cleaner 1-2 this next time around. Maybe even in Spa. Because otherwise, that was just weird. That was just weird, guys. I'm sure. Hey, look, but with that being said, up on the wall here, second half of the 2024 season. I wrote this down on the previous episode, and here we go. Piastri win is already ticked off. But even though I predicted that, I would say I didn't want it to be like that. As an Oscar Piastri fan, I know deep down, not on the surface, but deep down, he's like an absolute savage beast, just fucking, like the manliest of all men. He's young too. You have to understand. So, to be honest with you, Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris, they handled this weekend with pure class. They are acting like they're, Lewis Hamilton type of veteran with the PR handling. However, they're fucking under 25 years old, keeping their shit together. I mean, it's just incredible to see that out of young guys, and that really sets, like, that's the kind of face you want to, like, really set for the younger generation. That's all about the TikTok disrespectful clips, you know what I'm saying? So congratulations to both men at the end of the day, but they were they are free souls. They would have preferred a no call. I know that for sure. And next time, the strategist, just please call the right play in the right order and stick with it next time. And that's the only way now, with 11 rounds left, all the way to December 8th or 6th or whatever the fuck, McLaren have a car and the drivers to possibly achieve more 1-2s and make that a consecutive occurrence for the second half. And that could open up the possibility to catch up to Red Bull, because officially right now they are not far off. Red Bull 389 leading right now in the team in the Constructors Championships, and McLaren is sitting at 338. So you have 1-2 throughout a weekend, which is, 43 points. Right? You have that. And then you have more of these weekends where Red Bull are just there. Unfortunately, I just think that if we are thinking about the constructors, yes, the strategists, they just need to get their shit together so they're smoother 1-2s. But if we're thinking about just like individual, because this is what they're really on track fighting for, if McLaren would have considered the possibility of winning the Drivers' Championship, I think in that perspective, they should have maybe let Lando win the Hungarian Grand Prix, because as an Oscar Piastri fan, I have no doubt that he might win a second one now, but he was either way going to win this season. And if Lando would have maybe gone P1, that would have been 7 more points closer to Max Verstappen. And we're at a point, yes, we're chasing in the constructors, but in the drivers, Max Verstappen is at 265 and Lando Norris is at 189. Theoretically, if Lando would have gone P1, he would be at a 196, chasing down 265. You think about it, how many, good amount of P1s, consistent P1s and 2s, Red Bull possibly, getting challenged every weekend with Ferrari and Mercedes. So currently, the reason why there is a threat towards Max Verstappen and Red Bull, so constructors and also the Drivers' Championship, is because here's the situation. Max Verstappen, and even throughout the weekend, this is what we understood. Max Verstappen, he knows he is the fastest man on track. He is the current defending triple champion, right? And going into round 9 of this season, he had won 7 of those races. He had won 7 of those 9. And so that was a fact. It was like, hey, just a second ago, we were looking still pretty good. But yes, somehow, after 2 P2s and after 2 P5s and a P2, is this like, that's the question you have to ask. Is this just like a constant declining trajectory, considering the raw pace of the McLaren that's just like seemingly getting better and more consistent? Or maybe just maybe, right? Just maybe Max Verstappen has the balls to just race the way he wants to race, because he's been fighting for his life the last few rounds and fighting alone up at the top. And he's getting these dubs without any single help from a teammate. And it's just hitting the halfway point of this season. Every other team has a cool new upgrade that they could show off, gain a couple tenths during quali, gain a couple more positions throughout every weekend. And now the second half of the season, he's here. And he's got to fight for his life. He's got to fight for his life. Legacy on the line. He's got to keep a hold of that lead. He's got to hang on a dear life of that. He's got to hang on to that lead. Hold it tight. Don't let it go. No, he cannot do anything close to Austria. Honestly, look, considering the P5 still got him 10 points, he could have maybe just DNF'd after doing that aggressive move on Lewis Hamilton. Like, that's just a possibility. And how many of those, and will it be the same outcome of Austria, where it's just tire puncture and then it's like it, and even that one he still got P6. So what if that starts catching up, where when you're DNFing you really should be DNFing? He's got to hold on to this lead by the grace of God before the season ends. And then if he does that, he will truly be the new GOAT. Because right now, from my point of view, with McLaren, Mercedes, all those guys fucking just keep on getting better. Their car getting better. And Red Bull is looking like they're struggling. The car is struggling. The team, Perez, is struggling. Max is at this point struggling as well. Are they going to be able to pull it back in time? Or is McLaren just on a trajectory just to 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 every weekend until it's game over? Because we still got a lot of racing left this season. And with that being said, we have Spa-Francorchamps, Belgium GP this weekend. Longest lap of the season, 7 kilometers. Lap record held by my boy Valtteri Bottas. What is it? 1 minute 46.28. And it's a F1 OG track. The first seasons they had in F1, they went to Spa-Francorchamps. This one's as legendary as Monaco. All right, legendary status. So known to be rainy. It's known to be rainy. It's in the fucking mountains of Belgium, the forest mountains. Even when it's raining, it might be dry. That's how crazy it is as well there. It might be raining one part of the track, but the other track is dry. So you have that possibility as well. And then it might just only rain. And Saturday might not rain. Sunday might rain. Sunday might not rain. Saturday. Every possibility geologically is possible. I don't know if that's the right scientific word. So you got to have a car which is fast on the straights, because there's a lot of straights. There's first sector is almost straights. Third sector is almost straights, pretty much. And then also you have those slow corners as well. You have the one slow corner in turn 1 going into Eau Rouge and Radion. You have sector 2, which is all just curvy, which you need a lot of down first to keep the grip. But then you also have like the last chicane in sector 3 to end the lap, where you just need a lot of grip as well after high speed straight. So everything's going to get tested. It might be very elbows out, because I think in a way it's just going to test the fundamentals of the team, of the drivers, of the car. They need to keep their composure, and they need to be as complete as possible. And that's why I'm saying the drivers might be pretty elbows out, because they kind of fend for themselves. The team, they're doing what they're possibly doing, but all the drivers too, they got to be like on the fundamental. If it's wet, they need to not, they need to not fuck it up, right? Qualifying too. So much actual road to drive, actual lap to gain some kind of time advantage. So they got to keep their composure. And so if they do this, whoever driver it is, whoever team it is, they can rest a little easier going into the summer vacation that they got after Spa. If you want me to be honest with you, I think just the grit and the I don't give a fuckness that Max Verstappen, the triple champion, again, the triple champ, the current triple champ, pretty much, the fucking balls he showed in Hungary, getting that P5, even though he just wanted to gain as many positions as possible. He was just like, nah, fuck this. You can't. I'm the best. In that way, I think you've woken up a beast. So on Saturday, when it's that one lap and that one lap that counts the most, I'm telling you, Verstappen's coming in with a lot of fire and making that one lap count for itself. However, the winner, yes, I've been giving the McLaren boys lots of praise. I've been giving the car lots of praise. But I have a feeling where it has to do, again, so much on the fundamentals and keeping everything together and not overdoing things, that I think the winner is going to be Lewis Hamilton going into Spa-Francorchamps. Let me write that down. Spa winner is going to be Hamilton. And let's say pole is going to be Verstappen. A little bit of a throwback to previous seasons, and this is how it is. This is simply how it's going to go. The experienced guys are going to end it off so they can chill a little bit harder going into the summer vacation. And that is Formula One. That's the motorsport world for this weekend. I mean, this weekend as well, thankfully, we got other types of action rather than Jake Paul fighting. We got UFC 304. And it's, at least, for this weekend, it's coming home. I know you guys have been through some heartbreaks. You Brits, you freaking Englishmen. However, now you guys get to cheer on a little bit harder, all right? It's a pretty damn stacked night of fights, and it's in Manchester. However, I have a feeling that Saturday night, the crowd is definitely going to be enjoying themselves, and because the main card is starting at 3 a.m. local time, which means they're pretty much going to be doing main event at like close to 5 local time, which means the crowd is going to be piss fucking drunk. Pissed. I'm going to be fucking fucking just absolutely mauled. Like fucking just, And fucking starts off with like a beauty contest in the early prelims. I'm not even going to lie. Strawweight women's division. Shauna Bannon versus Ravena Oliveira. Both are coming off of a loss. Second fight in the UFC for both of the ladies. 3 rounds of grappling, please. Let's go do this. Hey, all right. 10 Brits, 3 Irish, 1 Wales. Throughout the night, lots of U.S. versus U.K. kind of matchup going on. The Cowboys versus the Englishmen type of narrative. In the prelims, we got Molly McCann, Nathaniel Wood, and they're gonna have a matchup that they desperately need to come off with a win. They both have. Most recent fight was a loss. Nathaniel Wood arguably got fucking cheated, got scammed. And Molly McCann also a little bit of just a tough loss to handle, because I think it was fundamentally she just made a couple errors, which woman at that level, I'm sure she can move past it and just learn from it. So, Molly McCann, Nathaniel Wood in the prelims. I hope they get a dub. They need to get the dub, so they prove that the previous loss was just a small little setback. And then we go into the main card, which we get kicked off with Arnold Allen, who's number 6 in the flyweight division, going against the Giga Chikadze, who's number 10. Featherweight bout. Both men are dangerous. Giga is a little bit fresher in the UFC, and he's got the size advantage. Quite a big dude for featherweight. 6 foot featherweight. Kind of crazy. But Arnold Allen, he's experienced as hell. Has crazy good conditioning. Just well-rounded overall. He can take a shot as well. So I'd say Arnold Allen is coming home. Takes this decision. Muhammad Mokaev is next, ranking at number 6 in the flyweight division, going against Manel Kape, who's number 8. And yes, this is a flyweight bout, slightly smaller and faster gentlemen. But again, both men are dangerous. Both men are pretty well-rounded. However, Mokaev is, in my opinion, the upcoming contender in the flyweight division. This guy is 12-0, and he doesn't look like he looks elite. He goes in there with a purpose to kind of get you out of there. So, with that being said, maybe Kape is experienced and well-rounded enough to, not be able to get finished. However, I don't see a world where Muhammad Mokaev is in 13-0 by the end of that night. So, Muhammad Mokaev, do your thing. Congratulations to all your success. You're a savage. Yeah. Anyways, let's go on to the next one. This one's the big name fight right before the co-main event and the main event. We have Bobby Green, but however, his name is not Bobby Green no more. It's King Green. We know him, we love him. He's ranked at number 15 in the lightweight division. He's going against Paddy the Baddy Pimblett, one of the biggest up-and-coming names in the UFC. Lightweight bout, of course, 155ers. Bobby Green, 37 years old, a legendary 155er. Paddy is 29, and he's trying to climb the lightweight ladder. He's trying to climb the overall UFC hype ladder. Paddy needs this win to secure a ranking. I think if he gets this win over King Green, then I think it's automatic ranking for Paddy. However, it depends on how he gets the win. If it's decision, I think he moves up to 15 or 14. But if it's a dominant win or if it's a finish, then I could see him getting ranked a little bit higher than that. King needs to try his best to hold guard, right? Because that is a role he's pretty much played in the 155 division. Done arguably a pretty damn good job at it. Pretty much the second version of Rafael dos Anjos, in my opinion. And Paddy the Baddy just needs to go in there and keep the hype train going. And with that being said, I do think that King Green is experienced enough. So I'd say Paddy the Baddy by decision. However, we get there after 15 minutes. So we go into the co-main event. Could you believe it or not? We have Tom Aspinall, the interim champion. He goes against Curtis Blades, who's ranked number 4 in the heavyweight division, and it's for the heavyweight interim title bout. Much respect, much love for both gentlemen, and truly lots of respect for Curtis Blades. However, even though the last time both of you men stepped in the cage together. Tom, unfortunately, broke the hell out of his knee, and it was ruled as a TKO win for you, Curtis. And the next guy you faced off was this guy called Sergey Pavlovich, who put you away in about 3 minutes into the first round. And that guy was the same guy who ended up fighting Tom Aspinall when Tom Aspinall came back from his knee injury. And Tom Aspinall, when he fought that guy, Sergey Pavlovich, put Sergey Pavlovich out in about a minute into the first round. And that was the guy who put you out, Curtis, in 3 minutes. So I'm just going to be realistic here. I'm going to be the casino. I'm going to be the betting man. I'm going to be here talking about what's real and what's statistically most likely going to happen. And that is that Tom is here to put another number onto that record, and just to get another dub on the board and build more hype around him, because Tom is that skillful at the heavyweight division, and he's on a path to fight the biggest and baddest names in the UFC, which is John Jones and Alex Pereira and whoever else. I would at this point say that Cyril Gane is even out of this picture, because Tom was the one who was, or Cyril was the one who was offered Tom, and Cyril Gane said, sorry guys, I have to go make a movie. So Tom is going to make light work of Curtis, put on a bit of a show for everyone, and just prove to him that he simply deserves John Jones, or possibility with this new little thing that we got going with Alex Pereira, with Yuri Prohaska just a couple of weeks ago. Then maybe we throw in Alex Pereira as well for just one of these big-ass pay-per-view fights that everybody's going to want to tune in for. So that is another. It's coming home. It's all coming home for you boys. It's coming home. And lastly, we have the champ. We have the main event. The champ, Leon Rocky Edwards, goes against Belal Muhammad, who's ranked at number 2. It's for the welterweight championship. Belal has an average fight time of 14 minutes and 19 seconds. Average, and he's been around for a while. And Leon is known to be aggressive but calculated. Leon will try to get him out as soon as possible. Maybe round 3 TKO. I have to say that, I could dig into this further. Maybe like Belal is blah, blah, blah. And, this is an exciting fight. However, I just personally think that 304, I love the UFC. I've been a part of you guys. But this is one of those strategically, because Tom is obviously supposed to fight a bigger name than Curtis Blades, and Leon Edwards obviously could have more exciting names, like the welterweight division is craving guys like Shavkat Rakhmonov or Jack Della Maddalena, but both men are simply out on the sidelines currently, and they're inactive right now. So for now, let's just let Rocky do his thing, enjoy his moment. Headshot dead. We can still have some of that for a while. So let's just enjoy it. But I just like to say the welterweight division has lots of room to improve in terms of just the hype and just they need to get a little bit more active, the welterweight division. I don't know what's really going on there. So with that being said, it's coming home of 5 fights of the main card. No worries about that. That's our Rexy Pukanikan guarantee. I'll write it down here for everyone in case we need it documented. 304 main card. I'll just say 5 out of 5. Are they all? Because it's weird. It's like Muhammad Makayev is from UK, but the other guys are from England. I don't know. 5 out of 5. Let's just say it's coming home. People know what it's on. What is it? It's coming home. Yeah, people understand that for sure. It's coming home. No worries. The comeback is always there. The script is always there. Perez is still going to win. Sainz is going to win. Bottas points. Hamilton is going to win Spa this weekend. And it's just that. The scripts are fully in. There's no way around it. The build-up is as brutal as it could get. And there's all a point to this, I guess. As brutal as the Leon Rocky. Like, I want to see Leon go, but not against Ballin. I want to see him go against Shafka or Jack Della. That's next level. Imagine Jack Della and Leon in terms of striking matchup. That's just insane. All right, and just everything else too, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta. Tom Aspinall just has to take this co-main fight at 4 a.m., 5 a.m. against Curtis Blaze, just so that one day it builds up to something more. We're getting there in Spa in Formula One, just to build up to something. We might go into the last couple of rounds going like maybe Lando Norris might win this season. Like, that is absolutely insane to think about. Even McLaren also overtaking Red Bull. The scripts are in, the build up is here. And now let's just enjoy the ride, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. It's going to be an absolutely beautiful weekend. I'll be back next weekend. Or letting you know about next weekend. Shout out to Optic Texas for winning the Call of Duty League championships. Dashy, you deserve it. Pred, you are a freaking monster. You're like one of the new subs that just absolutely deserve it. Kenny, double champ now. It's crazy. Shotzi, in a way, double champ too. Dashy finally got his first one. Pred got his first one in like 3 years in the league. Like, guys, it's all of this is crazy. Shout out to Optic. I've been rocking with them for a long time, and they deserve it. They haven't won a chip since 2017. First one in the CDL era. That's when I really started getting into Call of Duty competitive. So, shout out to Optic Texas to the Green Wall. That was insane to watch. And shout out to Zuma as well for the watch parties. Zuma's the shit. Everyone's the shit. Oscar Piastri's the shit. Especially. This is Ballin' at what cost. I'll see you guys next week. All right. See ya.